Are you looking for the best pellet stoves? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best pellet stoves on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. ComfortBilt Pellet Stove HP22. Users can't say enough good things about this massive pellet stove from ComfortBilt. First of all, the stove simply looks good enough to make it a welcome addition to any home. The front panels feature bay-style glass windows to provide a large viewing area similar to a traditional fireplace. The hexagonal shape also adds some style so that it can fit into the aesthetic of a wide variety of rooms. In terms of performance, it's hard to beat this 50,000 BTU stove. ComfortBilt claims, and users agree, that the stove is capable of heating a 2,800 square foot area even in cold conditions. Better yet, users report running it for several months straight in harsh winter temperatures with no issues. The large ash pan and 55-pound hopper together mean that you don't need to pay attention to this stove more frequently than once every day or two, and users report that the ash pan is easy to clean with a shop vac. Users also love the programmable thermostat on the top of the stove, which makes it easy to regulate the blower based on the temperature of your home, as well as appreciated the remote control so you can adjust the thermostat from another room. Another favorite thing about this stove is how quiet it is. One user reported not being able to hear it at all from just the opposite side of the same room. ComfortBilt offers a 1-year warranty on the parts of this stove and a lifetime warranty on the stove body, as well as very helpful technical assistance during the installation process and early phases of use. At number 2. Ashley Hearth AW1120EP. The Ashley Hearth AW1120EP wood stove is black and nearly 32 inches long. The pedestal base gives the stove an upscale and classy look. The wood stove has a heavy cast iron door with a glass window view. The plate steel with nickel trim finish stove can heat up to 1,200 square feet. The stove meets EPA guidelines and offers primary and secondary air inlets. In comparison to previous models, the Ashley Hearth AW1120EP wood stove includes a much easier cleaning system. The dual inlets also create the perfect environment for the fire to burn at the stove's top and bottom. The wood stove promotes maximum energy-efficient burning. However, the time it takes for the wood to burn is also greatly dependent on the type of wood you are burning. The Ashley Hearth AW1120EP wood stove made our list because it is the best wood stove for the price. It puts out 68,000 BTU and can fit logs up to 18 inches. One of the most common problems, when customers are purchasing a wood-burning stove online, is not knowing if wood can easily fit. When the stove can only fit up to 12-inch wood pieces, they find themselves having to go back and cut them all shorter. The Ashley Hearth AW1120EP wood stove holds larger logs and provides longer burn times. At number 3. US Stove GW1949 Wiseway. If winter storms knocking out power are a frequent occurrence in your area, or you're in the market for a pellet stove for an off-grid home, this fully non-electric pellet stove from US Stove is a great option. The stove uses a gravity feed system rather than a mechanical auger to deliver pellets from the hopper to the combustion chamber, which users found works extremely well, as long as you clean out the system every 2 to 3 days. Although the stove is rated to 40,000 BTU and is described as being large enough to heat a 2,000 square foot home, users warn that these ratings are optimistic and this stove is best used for heating only a few central rooms. Although the 60-pound hopper is quite large, users find that the stove burns through pellets quickly when operating at full heat, and the hopper must be refilled every 12 to 20 hours. In addition, users note that the ash pan must be cleaned out every day in order to keep the stove running at high efficiency. The stove uses a direct venting system, which is another advantage for those looking to go off-grid but requires some forethought about where you will place the stove, since it requires putting a ventilation pipe through your roof. That said, users appreciated the relatively small footprint of this stove as well as the modern aesthetic, although the viewing pane to see the fire is also relatively small. US Stove offers a limited lifetime warranty on the body of the stove, although users reported few issues since there are no electrical parts. At number 4. Castle Serenity Stove 12327. The Castle Serenity Stove 12327 is another top-tier pellet stove option that deserves praise. One reason for this is the high heat output that makes it suitable for larger rooms and houses. After all, its heating area is up to 1,500 square feet. Notably, the hopper in this machine can hold a maximum of 40 pounds of pellets. When put to use, these pellets will generally last 12 hours in the high heat setting and 24 hours when you set the temperature slightly lower. Speaking of setting the heat, you can choose between the weekly operational, manual, or thermostat modes of the device. For the weekly modes, you can set the machine to turn on and off depending on whether you're in the house or not. After all, it would be a waste to warm the house when you're not home. The manual mode is there when you want to select or change the burn level you're using. There are up to 5 burn levels, and you can easily choose which one you want with the push of a button. Additionally, this house warming tool has a thermal efficiency of about 69.8%, which is just on the edge of what is expected for EPA-certified pellet stoves. The machine is also ETL and mobile home certified, meaning it's also a good fit for your RV if you have one. Another thing to look forward to if you end up with this stove is how easy it is to clean. All it takes is to sweep out the exhaust pipe after dumping the contents of the easy access fire pot and ash pan. Lastly, the safety features don't disappoint either. There is also the safety shutoff, thermal overload protection, and heat shields to keep you and your family safe. At number 5. ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black. The ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black is a heavy-duty pellet stove. It includes programmable heat settings and an auto ignition, making starting a fire extremely easy. The hopper can hold up to 47 pounds of pellets and produce a whopping 42,000 BTU. The ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black can heat up to 2,000 square feet. It has an easy-to-clean ash pan and a 1-year warranty available. Pellet stoves can be frustrating to start and maintain heat in your home. The auto-ignition system makes keeping your family warm easy. The programmable heat settings give you more control and help the pellets to burn more efficiently. We loved it once we tested the ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black. In comparison to like models, the ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black has a huge bay window viewing area. The bay window is stylish and elegant. We also found that the ComfortBilt HP22i Pellet Stove Insert Carbon Black has more value for your dollar. Other pellet stoves that have the same capacity are much more expensive.